Welcome back. In today's episode, we're just going to look at adding the cart functionality to our multi-vendor e-commerce. So right now I'm on the cart page with 3 items. I'm just going to show you the demo of what you're going to add in this video. So I'm on the cart page with 3 items in the cart. I'm just going to move down and click on continue to checkout, and this will take me to this checkout page. You can see on the checkout page, and I'm just going to start filling in all these details. You can see that we have this page, the form for personal details, and it is prompting me to add. It has all the necessary things. Okay, if I went ahead and I filled into the data, it will suppose take me to the shipping details, and the shipping form supposed to be active. If I click on next, you can see that we are on the shipping details. If I fill in the dummy data and go ahead and also choose the cost I want, and then I can just go ahead and click next. Okay, and then onto this, you can see I'm on the payment method. Select this, click next. I have the order summary, and then click on proceed to payment. You see that it will get all the data for the 3 steps, and we combine them, ready to send them to the API. So you can see all the data, we have it here. So this is what you're going to add in this video. I think I will see you in the video so that we can implement this. Thank you. Hello, welcome back. In today's video, we want to focus on the checkout page. Yeah, we want to build out our checkout, the pages, and we'll see how we are going to handle the checkouts as we get near to the end of this project. At least now, when we complete the checkout and we have also our orders confirmed, we'll be remaining with a few things. Okay, but for now, let's go ahead and add some items in the cart. So right now we have the checkout, the cart functionality being handled by Redux. So now I'm just here on this page. So on this page we still have one task to complete, which will be the coupon. I think I'll just make a short video after this one to handle this payment thing, to apply the coupon. Wow, by just copying the coupon, put it here, fetch the details. When we click on apply the coupon, it should get the discount, and then the discount will be sent to this component, and then we can apply it here. Okay, then but right now what we want is to actually work onto this page, which will be the checkout page. Okay, so we are going to first go to the cart page and change this to instead of saying continue to payment, it will be continue to checkout. Okay, so I'm just going to go here, and let me just first go to the cart page. Okay, let me just have to first go to the cart page. We can just go to the page here, page, and then we have cart items, cart subtotal. So you can check this one, which has cart subtotal, and then we have somewhere where I say continue. So we have this which says continue to payment, SJ continue to checkout. Okay, and then we have to change this link and go to the checkout, just like that. And this one is going to be a protected page. Okay, checkout is going to be a protected page. Okay, so we just handle that in the future, but just to know it's going to be a protected page. When someone clicks on checkout, is supposed to be logged in. Good enough right now we are logged in, but it's supposed to be logged in. And then, so what we want right now is that if you look at it, we need some spacing here of this item. Let's first see. We can just simply add some, maybe margin top. I don't know if it will work. Margin top 8. Let's first see. There is nothing. Let's see what I can do is, so this item, and then this one, are they in a flex? Let me see. They are not in flex. Okay, I think they have the space. Why? Let's first see. Okay, so I'm just going to, let me first see if I put it in margin top 8 div, if it is going to make any change. Yep, so it has added some space. Okay, it has added some space. Now we can just go ahead and maybe like they just add some little padding y of 3, and then this one I just make it 6. Okay, let's see. Okay, continue to check out, and let's see in the, okay, I think it is okay. I feel like it should make it like really black. I don't know if maybe also make it the same color like this one. Let me see. Okay, I'm just going to give it a BG. Let me first try it. BG lime, maybe 600. Opposed to this one, and let's see. Then text slate, maybe 50. Okay, and in the light mode, let's see. Yeah, still works. We could just like see in the this one to be only in the dark, so say dark, and unknown circumstances we can just give it BG slate 900. So in the light mode it will be just like black. Yeah, I would want it to actually go I don't know why we can't apply these ones to be flex. And let's see. We have a lot of items in here. Let me just see. What happens? Nothing. There is no big change. I'm just going to remove this. Okay, let me just leave it like that. The only thing is someone can click on the checkout, and let's create the checkout page. Okay, so in the front end, just go ahead and create the checkout page. So we can go on to new folder and let's create checkout. We already have it, checkout. A file for the checkout already exists in this location. Where do we have checkout here? Oh, checkout page is here. So we have the checkout page. Okay, let me just try to go to the checkout and see what is there. It seems we worked on it. Did we work on the checkout? Oh, okay. I'm just going to actually remove this. I think I must have been testing something. Let me just go to the checkout, and we have to remove this everything here. Okay, maybe we should just use some of this stuff. Let me just not remove everything. Let me just cut this. Okay, and let me just go somewhere and I can just hold it there. H2 checkout page. Okay, let me just put it here for now. So now what I just want is to say RFC. Okay. Okay, so now we have this page. I'm just going to put H2 checkout page. Let's go back. Okay, so we have here the checkout page. Okay, we have here the checkout page. Great. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start designing the checkout page. As you saw, we're going to use this design. So the checkout normal circumstances is supposed to look like this. You have the personal details, shipping details, okay, and you have the payment method. Then after that you go to order summary. Then after that you can go to the payment. Okay, so that is the flow you're going to choose. We are going to start with this checkout, and the checkout is going to be a multi-step form of this format. We have this information like on top like this, and then we have this card here like this. Okay, and then after that we just like use this kind of thing. So the first thing I'm just going to go here is go ahead and say class name. So just going to build it out from scratch. BG let's just say slate 100. Fuck, just say 200 maybe. Let's see how that one looks like, and that is will be in the light mode, I guess. We could just say light, otherwise in the dark it will be BG slate maybe 900. Okay, great. Yeah, let's see. Okay, great. So now what you just want to do is start doing something like this. So we have two parts. Okay, we have two parts. We have on top, first of all, we need to first center this. We have to first get a box to center. So I'm just going to first put dot max width. So I'm just going to first give it a max width, okay, of something like 3xl dot mx auto, okay, and let's just go ahead and put still h2 of checkout and see where this one now is. Let's see it and see if it is in the center. Alternatively, we could use flex, but let's just see. Okay, and I'm just going to give this one a BG so that we can see it. I just say BG white so that I just want to see that space. Okay, and this one we can just give it a min height of screen so that we just like having enough space to work with. Yeah, okay, and let's just give this one 950, I think. Okay, so now what I want is I'm just going to give it some here we have mx, we just have like my something like 6 to push it a little bit away from the top. Okay, great. So this is our equivalent to this page. So on this page we have two parts. We have this part on top, which is going to be like our steps. Okay, so you're just going to use a mad step form, and if you have not watched the video for mad step form, we are going to use Redux plus the mad step form. I already made a video about it. You can just go ahead and check it out. Okay, so here we are going to have steps, and then down we'll have this the form. Okay, so we'll have these two things, the steps and then the form. Okay, so now for the steps, okay, we have the steps just like this. I'm just going to borrow that part. Let me just go and see. So you could just first mention the steps. Okay, I'm just going to copy this and I will add the steps we need. Okay, so I'm just going to say on top here const steps. Steps is equal to I think just need to add them like that. So I have steps. I have step number 1. I have the ID. I don't think I need the ID. Let's just first look at it here. So we have this card personal information. I just don't need this. I just need the title only. I think in this I need the titles. Okay, I just need the titles. So I'm just going to simply just cut this. I'm just going to remove this. I don't think I need the ID. I just need the only this for simplicity purposes. I don't think I need those information. Okay, unless otherwise we shall see if we need it in the future. Maybe we can consider adding it, but for now let me just add them just like this. Okay, now I'm just going to write them the way we want them from here. So the first one is personal details, so copy that and make sure it is the same here. Personal details. The second one is shipping details. Okay, shipping details. The third one is the payment method. So just have this payment method, that is okay. And the fourth one is going to be order summary. Okay, is going to be the order summary. Okay, so we have these 4 steps. Okay, we are going to have all those 4 steps, and when someone finishes here, of course we'll take them to the payment gateway, which probably are going to use Stripe. For now, just going to go ahead and put in this. Okay, can just go ahead and put in this, and probably this cabana, I'm just going to create its own div, because it might just go ahead and appear on all, or we could just appear on the first form. I don't think we need it on all of the forms. Okay, so we have this top part. I'm just going to get that top part. I'm just going to go here and divide this as steps. So I'm just going to create here a mad step. So in my components, I'm just going to add a new folder called the checkout. Okay, so checkout components, so I have them here, then checkout. Okay, so everything concerning this will be here. Okay, so I'm just going to go here, a new folder, not a new folder, but actually just create a new file called steps. Okay, steps.jsx, and then just say RFC. Okay, I'm just going to put h2 saying the steps. Let's get these steps. We could just call them checkout steps. Okay, maybe just since it is in checkout, just leave it like that. And let's go to let me first close all these pages. We have a lot of pages open. Could just simply come here and close everything, and let me just go and get this checkout page. checkout. What is checkout? Okay, it is here. So inside the checkout, I'm just going to connect this component. Okay, steps. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to go ahead, of course, and pass in the array. But before that, let's go and see here. And in the dark mode, we're just going to supply where we have this BG white. Let me remove it. Maybe I'm just going to add a border for now. Let me just add a border so that I can see what is happening. So we have here the steps. Okay, just like that. We have the steps. So let's go ahead and update the steps. I'm just going to add this part here, and we can discuss about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that small part. Okay. Okay, they just add that part, and I think it's this navigation. Okay, I'm just going to add this navigation. So let's first pass in the steps. So here I can pass in steps equal to steps. So we have our array of steps here, and I'm just going to pass it in here. And let's go to the steps. Now I'm just going to return a list. Okay, so you just have a nav with an ordered list. Okay, and we just have to receive the steps. Okay, so you just have to go ahead and map through these steps. We're just going to get also this cut in a second, but for now let's go ahead get this chevron, that is the elucid icon. So I'm just going to come here on the step, and let me get the index. Okay, just going to get the index, and I will use the index here. Okay, and then the step here is going to be the actual step. Okay, now I just want to look at the cart. So for the cart, you're just going to link a page, of course, back to the cart. I'm just going to convert this into a link. So change this to link. Okay, next link, just like that, and let's change this to cart. Okay, just like that. I think that's it. So here we're just like mapping the ARI, and we're having this chevron right, and that's it. Now for this step, we don't even need to have this step as to have this step here, but let's just go ahead and see. Okay, so we have them looking like this. Okay, we can start from there. This is the part on top. Okay, and we have to make them look nice for, okay, So let's start by giving it some padding. Okay, so just go here and just going to give it here. Okay, just go ahead and give this whole navigation text async, and then md maybe text excel, I'm not sure, or just give it text base or something. Let's see. Okay, let me just go to the li tag and see. Okay, we already have the text asm here. Maybe just say md, we just say text base. They just use text base and see. Okay, that is better. The same thing to the cart. Where is the cart? Here, where we have the cart, it is also having, I guess, the same thing. It is even text extra small. We just text sm, and then md we say text base. I just first leave this one and modify this. Okay, so that is better. Okay, that is let's see. Yeah, that is okay. So now we need to go ahead and add the other part. Okay, the part down. Now these ones, I might just go ahead and disable these links. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and disable these those links. We could turn this into a p tag, as simple as that, and remove the href and the title. Okay, just like that. I don't want it to have this, also this hover. Okay, let's just see if I can see the hover. There is a hover here. I'm just going to remove this hover, just like that. Okay, so now there is no hover. So this is except the cart. Okay, except the cart, because the cart we still need to go to the cart. Now we need to add this part down, the card. So we have the part of the card. Okay, we have to add that part of the card. Now that card, we could just go ahead and get this kind of card from Flowbyte. Let me just head to Flowbyte in a second. And you can just simply come here and you say card. Okay, So just go to this one which says card with form inputs. The only thing we just need is this kind of card, this one. So I'm just going to copy this class just like that. Okay, and simply just go back to the page, and there on the form there is someone supposed to be a banner, but if you think if you look at it, the banner is inside that. So I'm just going to create a div here, just going to create a div and give it these classes. So inside we're supposed to have two things, the banner. So we need the banner and the form. Okay, we need the banner and the form. Let's first look at how this one looks like. Okay, I'm just going to look at how this one looks like. And let's remove this max width. And also maybe let's leave the padding. Okay, so the card has now the full. Maybe we could just give it some margin. Could give it some good margin, and maybe the margin we can just put it on the other card and these steps. So let me just go ahead and add some margin on the steps. Okay, so margin Y of 6. Do we need margin Y? Maybe margin bottom. Let's put 8 and see. Okay. So moving on, now let's work on the card. Okay, let's work on the card, and this one we can just simply give it also some padding, the whole entire this. Let's just give it a padding of 4, maybe 6, and let's see. Okay, so we have our this, and then let's go ahead and have the card. So on this card I just want to have this personal in to have this banner. I can just get that the banner part. Okay, can just have this banner, only the banner part here. So let's just go ahead and add this banner. Now we could just add this banner as okay, this one we could just add it as a what? Let's go ahead and add it as a component. So I'm just going to go in components in the checkout, and they just have cut the checkout banner. So they just say here cut banner dot JSX, and they just say RFC. Okay, and they just return this. Okay, and yes, I'm going to have this shopping bag icon, and that's it. We have this button. So just go ahead and see this. Bring this, of course, this one to the cart banner. Let's bring it back here in the form. Cart banner. Okay, so just bring the cart banner there, and let's see it. So it is inside the cart. Okay, and it fits in very well. So you have for items, so just going to get these details from, we can get them from the global state because we already have the cart slice. We can get these details from there, and we have this link. It should also take back to cart, just in case someone want to edit the cart. Let's just go to the cart, sit here. We could just say this button is calling a button is supposed to be a link. Okay, just in case someone wants to link, just have it as a link. And this one, let's take it as href and take it back to cart. Okay, so just have it as a link so someone can be able to go back to the cart page. Okay, so that one is nicely done. And now next is, I'm just going to leave this even in light mode. I think it is still okay, though you have to change what is that, you have to change that. Yeah, I think it is okay. This one is going to be white. Okay, it's going to be white, and then it will be okay. Okay, just go back to the dark mode right now. And then if we go here, we have now the form. Okay, so now down here, if you go back, it is where we have the form. Okay, we can just go this, we give it slightly margin bottom. Maybe 6. And then let's just go ahead and we have the form, and the forms just going to have here a step form. Okay, so we'll have here a step form. We'll have here a step form. So I'm just going to go here and on the form, let me first remove this. So we have inside this card, we have the banner and then the step form. So on the step form, we're just going to create what we call a step form. So you just first create it here. So go in the components, check out, and let's have a step form. Okay, .jsx, and this one is going to be rendering a specific form at a time. So rfc step form. Okay, it is supposed to have a function. Okay, let's just have a function called render form by step, and it takes in a step, and to be saying if, for instance, if the step is equal to 1, then for instance render or return the forms. For now, just see here we have the first one is personal details form, personal details form. Okay, it is if, so it is if the step is equal to, then you just say return, and right now just say p tag, and say, so the second step is shipping. I think the second one is shipping details. Then we have else if the step is equal to 3, then we want to return the payment. I think it is payment methods, payment method form. Okay, and then you could of course go ahead and use a switch statement. We could just say else if step is equal to 4, then just going to return a p tag saying confirmation. This one is the order summary before someone confirms to pay. So this is the if statement we have, and now here we just say const current step. So we could just say current step. So just say the current step is 1. So we would just come and say here that in this return inside here, we could just say, for instance, and we say render form by step, and then render form by step, and then we could pass in the current step. So if the current step is 1, then it will go ahead and render that one. So let me just go ahead and have the step form in our page. So here down, let me just say step form. Okay, just say step form, just like that. Okay, so now if you check, it should say maybe personal information. Okay, what has happened to, okay, so you can see it says personal details form. If we goes and we change this to 2, okay, if we change that to, now this one has to change. Okay, shipping details. Okay, so great. Now we're just going to have to work onto these forms now. Okay, let me just go ahead and start working onto those forms. So the form has to be of this format. Okay, like this. Now we already have some forms. Maybe I will copy some form just basically to find where to start. So I'm just going to, in the checkout step, I'm just going to create another folder inside here. I'm just going to say step forms, just like that, and all our step forms will go in checkout step forms. And then now we're just going to have those forms. We have personal detail form, so I'm just going to create files, personal details form .jsx rfc. Okay, just go ahead and have h2 here, of personal details, and let's go ahead and create another one. I'm just going to duplicate this, copy, and just like paste. Let's rename this to shipping details. Okay, enter. Just change this here, and here it's shipping. So the third one is I think the payment method. So copy this one more time. So I just want to create all these forms. So another one is to payment. I think is the payment method. So payment method form. Okay, and here I'm supposed to change this to payment method form. This is payment details, and this one's supposed to be also shipping details form for consistency. Okay, shipping details form. And lastly is of course the last one is the order summary. So paste this here. So this is order summary. Okay, and just like also just copy this and just come here and say order summary, order details maybe. Okay, so just go ahead and link these forms in the step form. So we have this. Let's just go ahead and have the personal details form. This one is going to be the shipping details. Okay, just go ahead here. Let's replace this with payment methods. Payment method form. And finally, we have the order summary. Okay, so we have all our 4 components connected properly. Now we can start one by one. So I will just get one of the forms, maybe maybe the one of coupon. Okay, I'm just going to go to components, and let me just go to where they have back office. Just want to get here, for instance, new coupon or something. Okay, new product header. Okay, there's forms here. Let's just go here to coupon. I just want to copy some things here, not all of them. First of all is the form. Okay, so just copy the form with the submit button. We're just going to create our own button. but we're just going to copy from this one. So let me just Control C and go to personal details, and I want to turn this into a form. Okay, and then inside the form I'm just going to have this. Okay, yes, great. In the personal detailed form we have this grid. I can have these inputs. For now, let's have them just like that, and also the submit button. We're just going to create our own buttons, the navigation buttons. Okay, I can just remove this. We will create our own navigation buttons. Okay, I'm just going to go back and copy in the coupon form. I'm just going to copy this, the async function. We don't need that. I'm just going to go instead copy this, the use form. Okay, so here I'm just going to go back the personal details, and in here I'm just going to get this and import the use form from React hook form. For now, let's remove everything. Okay, let's remove everything. So we have this architecture right now, so we can just go ahead and say, for instance, on submit, we'll just go, of course, handle submit, and then we'll start passing maybe we could just call this process data function, or you could just call it also on submit, whichever you want. Then we just go and create this function async process data, and it has access to the data, and we could just say console.log data. Okay, that is great. I don't expect, just make this a client component. Just come here and let's say use client. Okay, so now let's go back and have a look, and let's make sure the step is on step 1. Here, step 1, so that we can show the personal details form. It seems we have an error. Toggle input is not defined. Where do we have toggle input? Text. Okay, we have this toggle input. We don't need this toggle. Okay, so you can see we have two items. Okay, this is great, the coupon. And so in the first one, let me just go and see. In the personal information, we have first name, last name, email, and phone. So we have 4 inputs. Okay, we have 4 inputs. The first one is the first name. So just come and say first name. Of course, it's going to be first name. Okay, and the same thing. So I'm just going to simply duplicate the other one 4 times. So just duplicate this 2, 3, 4. So the second one is last name, and this one becomes last name. Okay, and then this one is email. So you have email address. So here you have the email address, and then we have last name. No, not that, email. Just like that, email. And then finally we have the phone number. So just see phone number, and then just say here phone. Okay, so let's just have a look on them. Take a look. Okay, so this is great. We are remaining with the buttons, the navigation buttons down here, and the title. So we need the title. If you check, there is this title, personal information. So we need that. Okay, I'm just going to borrow a title from where. Still, I think on the coupon phone they don't have this. I'm just going to go and get a title maybe from the page itself. Just go to the dark office, maybe here, page, coupons, new. Okay, there is this form header. Let's see the heading that they have here. They just type just like this, H2 just. Okay, so just create H2, and I'm just going to go on the form and put this H2, pass in personal details, just like that. And let's look at how it looks like. Okay, and let's give it a margin bottom of 2. Okay, let's give it a margin bottom of 2. Maybe how about 4? Okay, so that one is much better. Personal details. Okay, and maybe I give it a different color. Let me just say text lime, and maybe in this in the dark mode. I don't know in the light mode what it should be. Okay, text lime, what text lime, let's say 600. Okay, maybe let's make it 400. Okay, so that is much better. Okay, so we have the personal details, and this is the form. So the only thing we are missing is the navigation, and this type should be email address. Type email. Yeah, here just say type email. Okay, fine. So we have these all things. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and we could just go ahead and we have to put the navigation buttons. So I'm just going to create the nav buttons, and I don't know if I could just access my nav buttons. Let me duplicate this. So just want to go ahead and access my me just see mat step form, the one we worked on yesterday, the mat step form. Just want to get if I can see the nav buttons. Just scroll down. Yeah, so we shall start from these ones for now. Let's just get this. I'm just going to copy, and in the checkout I'm just going to add a new, I'm just going to call it nav buttons, nav buttons.jsx, and just paste this. Okay, so just remove all Redux things. Just simply make this one to be step 1. Remove this. Okay. We don't need Redux right now. We haven't put Redux. Okay. So now we should be good to go. Okay, so basically we have the previous button, we have the next button, and the previous button. Okay, we have the next button and the previous button. So if we just go ahead and check, they just link them. I'm just going to link them. One thing I think you have to remove is this handle on click. Okay, yep. So just go ahead and get these nav buttons, and let's go to the personal detailed form, and down after this let's add the buttons. Okay, so just put the nav buttons and let's see how they look like. Okay, just a second. Okay, so we have this next, and let's go ahead and turn this to lime. So where there is blue, Control F and Control H to lime. Okay, so now it should turn to lime. Okay, so we have that. So we have the our next button here. Okay, and let me just go ahead and give it a more padding here to 3, px of 6. Okay, yeah, that one is the same thing to this 6, and this one to 3. Okay, yep, so that looks solid. So now this is so far a good beginning. So you have to do the same for all the forms. So for instance, this is the first form. We have to have the second form. The second form is shipping address, which is in this form here. Okay, so just go to this. So just simply copy everything, and we can just make sure this one submits the data. When we click on the form, we can make sure that we can actually console the data. Let me just go in the console F12. Okay, and let's go to the console. remove everything, and right now the validation should work. Okay, and then let's add details. Next. Okay, so we have all, sorry, we have all the data here. Okay, we have all the data: email, expire date, except expire date. Where are we getting the expire date? Let's just go text, first name, last name, email, phone number. Let me just go and check where am I getting expiry date. Really, email, phone number, and I'm having expiry date somewhere, and title. Let me just check. I don't know why I'm having those ones. I have, okay, yes, refresh. Let me refresh the page. Okay, and just go ahead, do fake field. Okay, and let's go and next. Okay, yeah, so I think it was just in the cache. So you have the email, first name, last name, and phone number. So these are the 4 details that we need for this step. Great. Now we need to move on to the next one, the next form, which I'm just going to copy and paste. Just simply get this one and we go to shipping details, simply paste, but let's get the form back here. So we have to change the step form to 2. Let me just go here and change the step form. Change the step form. Where is the step form? Let's change the step to 2. Okay, first of all, let me change to the heading to close personal details, shipping details. The first thing I'm just going to change is shipping. So this one, change to shipping details. Okay, we should at least have this one changing to shipping details. Okay, now on the shipping details, the first thing we need is the street address. Okay, so we need the street address. Text input, this one just going to make it street address, and then even here street address. Okay, then we have city, country, and zip code. Okay, so down here we have city, and then we have country, here country. Okay, just remove the type, and then we have the zip code, Okay, now I think for the purposes, I don't know for now if this is going to be the country, because this e-commerce is going to be specifically maybe in Uganda, we would just maybe say the district, maybe. Right now, let's just first leave it like that, country. Okay, then zip code, and just say here zip code. We might just like in future just need to change this. I'm not sure if we should just like use zip code, or we should just like get at least like the district. You can't just like use the zip code, though. Me, I'm just going to simply use the district, and even here just going to say district. Okay, so far we have that, and then there is one thing here. There is this shipping cost. So the shipping cost is this called what? This, sorry, not supposed to click. This go back to where, just back to checkout. Let me just go here, proceed to checkout. Okay, so you're supposed to have this select input for say shipping cost, and I think the shipping cost is going to be determined by the where they are. I don't know if that one is supposed to be like really automatic, but I don't know. So for this, I need to create another input for this. You could just go to here and let's go and see these inputs. Let's have here the check, the checkbox. Is it the checkbox or radio button? I'm not sure. Is it the radio? Because you cannot select the difference between the radio button and the checkbox. Checkbox, you can select many items, while radio button you have only to choose one. I just need to get something. I think something like this can really work. Okay. I think can really work. In the future, just going to look at how we can really design one that is going to be reusable. But I think at this point we might just need to, there's even this, this looks nice. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with this one, which adds this this border, and then maybe we can style it. Let me just look at this. Yeah, we can just like stay this. It has a good heading we could use, and then let me see. Yeah, let me just copy that, and then just go, we'll modify that. So down here we have the shipping details, and the last one in the grid here, just going to add the shipping cost. we'll see how I will just make a custom component for the radio button. It is really hard to make it. For these arrows, I don't need the arrows. What I just need is, first of all, is change this input. Change the input. What is the input? Ending from. So the input stops here. Just add the slash. The same thing to this one. I'm just going to add the slash after this here. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now the second thing is to design ours, how it looks like. Okay, so we have the input, and then everything else is inside the label. So you design, basically you design the label. Okay, basically you design the label. So in the label there is this block. I think they're applying the, let's first look at ours. Okay, so we have this and this, which is in Flex, and then we also have this icon. Basically we have this circle icon. I don't know if it's a circle icon or something, like sort of like a checkbox. Okay, so we'll have two blocks. So I'm just going to remove everything inside here. Inside this label, and we're just going to put our design here. Okay, so now what we need is this one to be displayed flex. You know, it must be flex. Yep. So let's just have the flex, and then after the flex, if you look at it, we have this track. So in the receipt, let's go and check that icon. I'm just going to have this icon. I think this is track. Okay, yeah, so it is just called track. So we have the track, and if you just look at the design with the track, and then we have this. So I'm just going to have also a flex, okay, with a gap of maybe 2. Okay, and then I will have the track from receipt. Okay, and then I will just go here and I will have the p tag, another flex, maybe flex, not flex, just have a div with two things, with the title and the cost. Let's just call it, they have called it UPS. Okay, just have two divs. In other words, two paragraphs. Okay, UPS, and down here is delivery cost, 8, I just say here $8. Okay, this, and then on the other side we're supposed to have another icon, maybe circle icon or something. Do we even need that? Because we already have this effect of when you select it, it turns to this. but let's just go ahead and have it look for that icon, maybe circle. Yeah, we have this like circle. Okay, so just go ahead and add an icon at the extreme end of circle. Okay, so now let's just get the classes that given to this icon. For instance, just copy these classes here. We don't need this rotate. Okay, so just come here and just give this to this icon. Okay, maybe we have to give also to this first icon, I'm not sure, the track icon. What are we supposed to give this track icon? We don't need rotate. Even this one we don't need to rotate. Okay, let's first look at what we're having right now. Okay, we're having like this. Okay, so it changes, that's great, but we're having this problem right now. We're just going to see how we are going to solve that. I think we can solve it by putting this whole thing inside a div. Okay, so this shipping cost here, let's put it in a width. Let's just put it in this, just like that. I don't know if that one will solve the problem. Okay, so now we have this. Just going to have it correspond full. So let me just go ahead and give it something here. I just have this call span correspond full, like it should occupy all the two grids. Okay, the yeah, I think that one will just go with that. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be side by side, but let's go with that. And then for this, first of all, I'm just going to change something. So for this track, suppose to have items center, just like that. And let's go ahead and increase this one to have up to 8, and this, consider having it flex link 0. The same thing to this one, we can just give it a flex link of 0, flex link, just to avoid it being squeezed. Okay, that's good. Yep, that's good. Okay, now we have also to work on to the same thing down. Now what I don't know is what actually changes on this input. Okay, we have the ID and everything. I'm just going to simply change the design. Okay, just simply change the design. let's go ahead and have this. Okay, insert this label. Okay, so this second one, let's change it. It was same as UPS. So what changes is the delivery cost. Delivery cost, let's say here $20. Okay, we should just see what the ones will have. Okay, so if you select this, it selects, and the only thing I think we have to register is that the shipping cost. So you have to register in these buttons. We'll have to the end of the month is, we have to at the end of the day I will design a custom element. I will have to design a custom element for this kind of input. Instead of having it like that, I would have to design one. Okay, so the name, you can leave the ID. Let's first see if the IDs change. So you can see here is ID change. Actually the name is the same. By the way, this for the this kind of input, the radio, this matters, the ID matters. You can see this one is hosting small and they are calling this hosting big. Okay, you can just say maybe we change also this the cheap, maybe we just call them cheap cost, just say cheap cheap. Okay, and they just say here also value to cheap. Maybe the value, put the price, the actual, like 8. Let's just say for instance 8. The name, maybe just a cheap cost. Okay, let's just see, the only thing just know is this, they must change. And then here the ID, let's say expensive. The name remains the same. By the way, make sure the name are the same. This one is shipping cost, so this here we could just say shipping cost. Okay, they must have the same name, different IDs. I think that's how you can get that. The radio button is always a tricky one. Is a tricky input, so the name must be the same, but the ID and the value, they can differ. So they just put here for instance 20. Okay, now let's go ahead and register them. Let's go ahead and register them. So register this as so dot register, and let's register this as, sorry, register as shipping cost. Just shipping cost. Let me just go back here. I'm just going to call it shipping cost. Just like that, shipping cost. shipping cost. I don't think it is required because the first one is already having this required. Just put comma, we say required set to, okay, so just set required to, and let's do the same thing. Okay, so just say the same thing, shipping cost, even this one the same thing. I'm not sure how this will turn out. Okay, let's just first fill some data and console it. Let's have fake filler here, and we have this. Let's see. First of all, let's refresh the page. Let's refresh the page to have the latest. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do fake fill, and let's choose one. For some reason it is not working, and the button appear to as a descent of the button, cannot appear as a descent of the button. So just look at that. Now why is this not working? Okay, they just take some steps back. What did we change? Okay, so we have the IDs, the difference type, radio, name. Why is it not working? So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to return the way they were at first and see if it is going to work. So go back here and let's go to the code. Okay, let me get the input. So the first input here had the type radio and everything. Let me just go here up to the way exactly it is before putting the register. I don't know if the register has anything to do with this. Okay, value everything. Let's just turn this to class name. Let me go to the second input. Okay, copy, and let's go and see if for some reason we messed up these inputs. It doesn't matter, you can just like put this one, just a second. What we have just put down here is for the app, so copy this and let's first put them onto this one, and then let's copy this and then put it on the second one, this one. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh, and we see if we have any selection happening. Okay, so now they are selecting, but what, we can't have both of them selecting at the same time. Now when we select one, another is supposed to deselect. When you select this, another is supposed to deselect. Why are they all of them selecting? So let's just look at this. Type, we can just like remove this. So you have type radio, ID hosting small, and then this one. They have same name, different values. It should work. Let me just see this. Okay, so you see, so it is because of this, I think, the register. So you just put here register, and they just say, for instance, shipping cost, maybe big, and then let's go ahead and change this one to shipping cost small. Just for purposes of getting this data, we shall just put the best one after. Okay, so now let's go and okay, so when we add the register function, it's when things actually get bad. Okay, so alternatively, we can just like simply not do that. Like so if we select this, okay, so I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to use this. Okay, so what we can do is use the on change, I guess. Okay, let me just create here shipping cost. Const shipping cost. Set shipping cost. Shipping cost is equal to use state. Okay, so by default they just say 0. Okay, and now what we just want is to say on change. So for this input on change, so let's do this. So just going to run a function, and then we say set shipping cost to e dot target dot value. I'm not sure if the radio button you get from this Okay, so let's see. Let me just say this to empty string, and I should console the shipping cost. Okay, shipping cost. Okay, so now by default the shipping cost is going to be an empty string here. So if you select this, okay, you can see small. I select this and it is big. Okay, so it is working. So you're just going to use this method. You can see hosting small and hosting big. So if I just come and pass in the amounts, okay, so the value that is here is what matters. So if I just say 8, and then this, maybe it's 20. So if we just go back and now click on this one, is 8, and then this one is 20. Okay, great. And then we can just go ahead and add it here. So on submit, we can just say data dot shipping cost is equal to shipping cost. As simple as that. So if we just go ahead and console the data, so fake fill, and I have that, you see that we'll have, let's refresh. Okay, and we'll have to select one, I guess, like one has to be selected by default, I feel like. Now let's go ahead, click on this. Okay, so if you look at it, you can see we have shipping cost in it. Okay, we have all the details on top plus the shipping cost. Okay, so that's great. We have this form also actually done. Okay, we have this step also actually done. The next step is the payment. So the payment, we have the same thing. Actually, it is only one form input, which is going to be easy for us. So copy this whole thing and just simply go to the step forms, and let's go to the payment method form and paste everything there. Copy also the title for this, and let's go here and change this to the payment method form. And here we only have one thing, so remove everything, just like this, and we are remaining with only the select buttons. Okay, these ones which are like the payment method. Which payment method do you prefer? Okay, which payment method do you prefer? Okay, so now we have two methods. The first one, you can change, for instance, the value of these to, we have the cash on delivery, COD, could just say cash on delivery, and then change also the label here. So for the label, we have to change the design a little bit. Let's see. Actually, just remove only one thing, this UPS, and simply replace it with this. So we have to say, for instance, cash on delivery, cash on delivery. Okay, and this one just going to change it to this. We can actually just leave the track cash on delivery. We're just going to put the handshake. Just get here the hand. There is no handshake. There is handshake here. Handshake is only one. Card. Okay. I'm just going to have the payment. I just look at the payments. Okay, so just going to have the handshake. This one. So heart handshake. It is called heart handshake. Just going to change this to heart handshake. Cash on delivery. And then this one, I'm just going to have the card under payment. Just have this credit card. So the second one is the credit card here. Credit card, and remove this. In fact, just cut this. And this one is going to be pay with the card or something. Let's see. It's credit card, just as simple as that. Credit card. Okay, so we have credit card. I'm just going to go to the step form. Okay, step form, and change it to 3 so that we see the form. Just wait here to change, and let's change this to payment method. Just go here on the payment and change this to payment method. The title, payment method, just like that. Okay, so now if we go ahead, we don't have the data right now. Okay, we don't have the data, is empty, but we can add this. Let's just see. It's going to be payment method. Just say here payment method. Here set payment method, okay, and this is going to be the data.payment method. Okay, and this one could just like, you don't even just use this. I don't think so, but let's just try to see if it is going to work. I'm just going to do what do I want to do? Yeah, I want to change the only change. It is this one. It is not shipping. Set payment method. Set payment method. Okay, so now we could have taken even the card, but we don't need that. Shipping cost is not defined. This one, let's go ahead and console.log payment method. Okay, so now if I just go ahead and go to the console, okay, and just say cash on delivery, you can see it is cash on delivery. Enter this. Okay, so you can see even here we have an object with the payment method cash on delivery. Okay, great. Okay, so if you change credit card, okay, let's refresh. The value, did you change the value? For the second one, it's supposed to be credit card. Credit card, okay. Yep. Okay, so now let's go ahead and select this one. So you can see credit card and payment method credit card. Okay, so that's great. We have the payment method submitting the data. Okay, we have it submitting the data. Now we are remaining with only one step. We are done with this. Now it is this putting the order summary. I think the order summary just going to use create. Do we need let me just remember there is one form we can copy from. Let me just go here on these forms which are here. I can just have like this one form. I don't remember the form, like how it looks like, but what I remember is that there is a form we can copy from. Let me just open all these forms. I think it's this one. Next. Okay, so you're supposed to have something like this. Okay, we have the item, this, I think we multiply, so we multiply by the number of items, the quantity, and then the price, and then we have here the same thing, and then the subtotal. Yeah, we're just going to have something like that. We'll have something like that. So just design something of this sort. Okay, we could also copy from somewhere. Let me, so go to landing folio and I look at, there is a component I've remembered. We can look at under the side of e-commerce. This is where we have the orders, order confirmed. Okay, we could just look at the orders. Yeah, the one in a list. Let me just open this image. Yeah, I think this one is okay. So just look at this, where we have order items. Yep, we have an item, its name, and then the price. I think I'm supposed to have the also the quantity and then the price. Do we need that? Let's just see, because we already have this thing here. You have 4 items in cart, and then we already have like this subtotal here. Maybe to show actually to show the, we could just go ahead and show the cart items that they have and the prices and the quantities. Yeah, that's okay. So just going to use this design. I'm just going to go back to this, and let's put one more form, and for it is not even a form, it's just like a summary. Okay, it is just a summary. So inside here we just need to start designing this. Where is it? This one. We can just borrow from the cart to avoid wasting more time. So I'm just going to go to the cart page, and we have where we have cart items. Okay, so this again, if you just go back, this is where we have the cart product itself. We don't want the headers, we just need simply the cart product. So just go to the cart product, so we have this. Let me just copy this. Okay, and simply go to, just simply go to order summary and just paste this here. Okay, let's see what we need. We need to import the image from next image. Okay, and then cart item, the title, ID, and all that. We have this plus icon. Do we need the plus? No. So basically we need the title, and then this side we don't need this box, I guess, but we need the quantity. So the minus and plus, we don't need them. The button plus, item QTY, we need it. Remove also the minus. Then the price, Yep. And then we have this is the delete. I think we have the delete. We don't need the delete. Just need to confirm what they have. If they want to edit, they can go back. Now we can just also get the cart items, and then we map through them from here exactly. So let me just go to the cart page. Here they are getting the cart items from the store. Okay, just get the cart items. And I think we could just also get the subtotal, but they just get these two. And let's go to order summary. Let's paste these two. But they copy. Okay, let's just go back here and let's try to paste. So import the use select. We already have the cart items. I don't think right now we have any. I don't know. So we simply need to map through them. So this is the basically the cart item. So just simply do cart items. Okay, dot map. Okay, and then we have access to the cart item, and I think with the index, and then let's just go here, return. Okay, let's return that. I think we will work on the width. Let's first go and we activate step number 4, so that we can just look at what we have on the screen right now. Let's have step number 4. We have a lot of things here. Use select is only in the client side. That is true. So make sure this one, let's make it use client. Okay, and let's go back and see. Okay, so we have the items. Okay, we have the items with the quantities, their names, and then I think this is good enough. Okay, I think this is good enough, and now we can just have, I guess, the button. Okay, we can have the button that says maybe confirm. Okay, just have here something. In this div, just put class name, which says margin y of 6. Now after this, we just need to add some button. Let's also just have a margin top of 4, and then let me just add an anchor tag, supposed to be a link taking to the checkout. I think it's a link or a button, whichever. At this point, whichever we use, which says proceed to payment. I think we say proceed to payment, and we could just get some classes from the next button. So let's go to these nav buttons, and let me just get all these classes on this, copy exactly the way it is, and I think basically we could just like copy this button and order summary. Let's paste this inside here, bring in this chevron, and let's say this one proceed to payment. Okay, and type, we may just like remove type here, there is no need of that. Let's see now how this looks like. Okay, so we have a button says proceed to payment. Okay, we can change and also give it a title. So on top here, we're just going to give it a title like we have on others. Let's put this H2. Okay, which says that this step is okay, order summary. Just like that, order summary. Let's see. Okay, so order summary it is here. Only I feel like this everything is big. Can we reduce slightly on these items, cut items, and let's try the width. Let's try 14. Is 14 allowed? Okay, let's just see. Yep, so I think that is much better. Yep, so we have the quantities and everything looks nice. Okay, so we have our 4 steps. What is remaining right now is only one thing. Okay, what is remaining is only one thing. First of all is we are remaining with the part of adding the Redux. So you just go ahead and add Redux, and it will be the last one, simply to monitor the data and the state we are on. As simple as that. So just going to go ahead in Redux. So let's go to Redux. So I have already added Redux with the card, so we just simply add now Redux. So minimize all these. Let's go to where we have Redux down here under slices. So we have store, which is right now having the cart store only. So just going to have also the checkout. Okay, we'll have the checkout, and I'm just going to go to slices and create another slice, checkout slice, and I will copy all the things in here afterwards. But right now, let's just go here and say new file. I'm just going to create checkout slice .js, as simple as that. Now we could just go ahead and copy from here where we have this step form. So if you scroll down, this is where we have Redux. Okay, so basically in this page, in the slice, we need to create the slice. We give it initial data. So let me just get this. Okay, so into this one, let's go ahead and see. We're just going to use create slice from Redux, and then here we're just going to have the current step and the form data. Okay, I just call this one checkout data. So checkout data. Okay, so you have this checkout form data. You could just go ahead and say checkout form data. Checkout form data, give it a nice name. So we're just going to be monitoring the steps, the current step we are on, and also monitoring this checkout form data for all the steps we have. So we have many steps here right now. We have the personal details, shipping, payment. For these 3 steps, we need to monitor all that data. Okay, we have to monitor all that data, and for that reason, okay, for that reason we have to go here. Let's see. So after creating this, we need to create the name, which we are calling checkout, and the name is checkout slice. Checkout slice is equal create slice, and we pass in 3 things: the initial data, which you have created here, and we pass in the name, initial data, and the reducers. Now for the reducers, we need only 2 reducers: update, check, and let me just call this one checkout data, checkout form data. As simple as that. We just only need 2, others we don't need them. Okay, and how we're just going to do this one, I'm just going to actually just copy this, remove this. So we have the payload. Okay, we have the payload. We're just going to simply update. We just simply get the state dot checkout form data is going to equal to, we first spread the existing form data, and now we add the payload. As simple as that. Okay, we're just going to spread the existing data, and then we add the incoming data. As simple as that. This is the one that was existing maybe on step 2, and now this one, if it is another step that is coming, we just simply add it to the payload. As simple as that. Now let's go ahead and export these 2, set current and checkout. So these 2, we need to export them. As simple as that. The set current and this one, we export these ones, and we also export the reducer from the check slice. They're the only things we need from this form, from this slice. Sorry, I can remove this. There are very few lines. If you think about it, there are about 28 lines. It's just a very small amount of code. Okay, let's just go ahead and see how this one is going to work. So the first thing is that when we click on, just going to go to each of these methods. I'm just going to close all. Seems to be too much. And by the way, just not forgetting bringing this here. So they just come here and they say checkout. So you're just going to call this one checkout, and don't even forget to bring in the slice, which is checkout slice. As simple as that. So the store now is having 2 slices, the cart and the checkout. So just go ahead and go to some of these forms in the checkout step forms. Let's start with the personal data. So the first thing is we are going to get the dispatch function. So const dispatch is equal to use dispatch. Okay, is equal to use dispatch. Okay, from Redux. Okay, and then here what we just only need to do is to dispatch two things. One, we want to update the form, the checkout data, and the second thing is we need to update the current step. Update the current step. Okay, so another thing, so the first thing here we say dispatch, and we dispatch the action called update. Okay, checkout form data, and we pass it with the data. This is the payload. This is the action. This is just it will become the payload, this one. And then we can also update the current step. To do that, we have to first get the step. So we could first get const the current step, const current step right now is equal to use select. So just get the use selector from Redux. This has access to the store, and from the store we can access the checkout. So you can just say access the checkout state, and from the checkout state we can just access the current state. As simple as that. And let's see, this one, is it capital, small? Current state like that. And you can always confirm in the checkout slice how you code this. You can see it is current step, small letter. So even here, make sure this one is also small. Current step, as simple as this. So we have the current step. We can now go and update it. So we can just say that dispatch. Okay, this dispatch set current step, and you have to import it, of course. And then we say get a current step plus 1. So want to update this step, and we do the same thing for all the steps. Okay, of course here we are just going also to send to the API. So here support send the, I think it is like on the last step, not on this step. Just first update. Okay, so copy this, and for the purposes of maintaining the state, we can also get this, the current data. We can just say const form data. We could just say existing form data, is equal to use select or use selector. And then here, of course, as we said, we access the store, and then from the store, let's go and get the checkout state. From it we can get this code. We call it what? Checkout form data. Checkout form data. Okay, I think we called it this. You can always confirm in the initial slice here. Okay, existing, let's come here, paste this. Okay, and we could just go and pass all the data in that, but I'm just going to go and do this. Existing, where do we want this? We want to get this so that we pass it in the other one. Just going to cut these two and put them at the beginning here. So you just get this existing form data and we pass it in this form here. Just going to pass as the default value. We just spread this. Okay, this one is going to help us maintain the state, so every time it's going to be checking the state. If there's some data, it will fill in these form fields. Okay, let's do the same thing for other steps. So let's go and go to the next. We have the payment method. Is that the second? There is the shipping details. So go down here and paste this. Let's first define dispatch on top, maybe here. So const dispatch is equal to use dispatch, and then we also get the two things. We get the current state. Let me just go here and get these two things. Go here and let's grab the current state and the existing data. As simple as that. Okay, so down here, get these two, the current state and the existing data, and let's get the use selector, and then inside here we just simply update current state, import this, and also import this. Okay, and let's get this existing data and let's pass it inside here. We are going to pass it in the use form here. So let's pass in an object default values. Okay, default values, and we simply spread this. And for this one, the initial state is going to, okay, we can get the initial here. You get, so we could just say const initial shipping cost is equal to, so we just get this existing form data dot shipping cost. Okay, so if it is not there, then we can default it to back to maybe an empty string, just like that, and then here we could just get this initial and then we pass it in here. So if it is already existing, then we use that. And I think this would be the same thing with the value. I don't know if how we are going to maintain the value in state, because like it's supposed to be like selected or something. I don't know for that. It is only one value. We can just leave that. We have a lot of errors. Okay, let it first run. We have to update the steps in the form step. That is now after this. Let's first finish updating this. There is one form remaining, so just copy this. Okay, there is one form remaining, which is payment method. So just come here and do this. Okay, we can just do that, and then I think that is the only one. Just also copy these things on top. Okay, so let's just go up here and update all these. Payment method. So just go here and let's update this. So we just also use this patch. First get this hook, and then get also use select. So we get this patch. Make sure they have imported. Okay. So we have they use this patch and they use select. We get the existing form data from the store. We update it inside here. There is even no need of putting it in here really for this case, because we are not having any other values in the form. We are having only the payment method. I don't know how we are just going to update the interface, the selected, like the one that is selected. But for now, let's just have we don't need to pass in here really. For this case, we don't have any form inputs. Maybe we can just like leave it like it will just give it the default, maybe the default value, maybe. Okay, let's just see if we have everything we need. We need to import this use select. Okay, so that's it. We could also just skip the previous payment by just having the same thing we did here. Okay, this here. Payment method. Could just come here and define the initial payment method. Okay. Okay, just like that, and then this initial payment method. This initial payment method, if we just come here, let's pass it in here, and this okay, just like that. Now we have to update, of course, this form data and this. So on the last step, this is the another step. This one is also easy. So on the confirm page, what we really need is actually one thing. We don't need to update this step. We only need the data. So I'm just going to only copy this I'm just going to create all data now. So here we just need the form data, all of it. So here I'm just going to come here and see, because at that point we can just submit, or we can just try to actually submit on the payment method, or by the time you come to the order summary, but you still have here a bit to change. So we're just going to submit onto this one. When it clicks proceed to payment, we first submit all the data. So to do that, we need all the data. So this is the form checkout form data, checkout form data. So this is the all data now. I'm just going to get use select. Okay, and what we just need is to write a function that is going to run on a click of this button. Okay, so I'm just going to say function here. So just write a function, actually async function, because it might just like end up sending a request to the database. Async function submit data. Okay, and then simply we for now we're just going to console.log the data. Okay, we are just going to work on the API in the next video, but for now let's just like work on getting this whole data. I'm just going to go ahead and submit all this data. If we can just get it on this point, then we have all of it. So I think that's it. We don't need to change the step or update any data. We just simply need all the data and save it to the API. Now one more step now is to change in the form step. So right now let's get the current step. We just get this now from use select. Okay, as we said, we have access to the store, and what we just need in the store is the checkout state. Get the checkout state and then get the current state from there. So just getting now the global current state, and then from it we can decide which form to show, and that's the only thing we need in this step. Now we just need there is where we need to show the current state. Let's first go and see function is not supported. Please use step form. This has to be use client. It has to be use client. Okay, so we are remaining with one thing, I guess, to finish. We are just about to finish. Okay, we are just about to finish. Okay, so now we have personal details. Let me just fill in and see if they are changing. Okay, so if you just go next. Okay, so you can see shipping details. Now we are talking, and then just go to this next, and you see we are on the payment method, and then we are next. So you can just go to next, cash on delivery, and on this point we just proceed to payment. We are on this last method. Now we have to have a method to go back to the previous method, and just going to work on that. Okay, great. Now if I refresh, we go to the first method, what I want to show is you're supposed to have an indicator onto this navigation on top. Okay, let's go to that. So let's go to the page and I see checkout page, front checkout page. So we have to have these steps. Okay, so just go to the steps. So how do we know the step? And this is, I think, where we need the step number. Okay, we need just the step number. Yeah, so you have to adjust a little bit, okay, to add the number to these steps, because we cannot just have to know the current one. So I'm just going to go to the page. Let's scroll back to the page and just make a small adjustment. So for each of these ones, really just going to go back to the this where we have the number, like this is step number 1, and then the title. So I'm just going to have title, and then the title is going to be this one. Okay, so just going to do all of them just like that. Cut this, replace it with number. This is number 2. Okay, and the title, just going to have the title of this. Okay, go to this number 3, cut this, replace it with the object. We have the number 3, and then we're going to have the title, which is this, and lastly we have 4. Just going to cut it, replace it with number, and then we have 4. Finally we have the title. Okay, so we have all these. So you just now go and also modify in the steps. Okay, so if you just send this to the steps, okay, steps, we have them here, and then we are mapping them. Okay, we are mapping them here. So it's going to be step dot title now. Okay, now what we need to do is add another class onto the speed tag to show that it is okay. So first of all, I just get this class, and I will just do this, remove this, and first of all add the brackets, and then add this. Now we can go ahead and add that. So you can just go and make a condition, and we say that if dollar, I'm just going to do something like dollar, okay, I'm just going to say dollar if the step dot number, okay, is equal to the current step, so just going to have the current step. Okay, if is equal to the current step, if the step number is equal to the current step, we need to add, if this is true, we need to add some class, else we don't. So here just want to add, first of all, for instance, text lame, something like 400. Okay, let's first look at that, and let's get the current step. So you can just get in here the current step. Just going to have here the current step on top here. const current state. I just get the current state from Redux. Current state is equal to use selector. So just use the use selector. Use selector. Okay, let's get use selector. We have access to the entire store, and from the store we just want the checkout, store.checkout, and this is checkout state, and from there you can just get the current state. Okay, and if we check now, if you want to render, and by the way, we're supposed to put a key. I think we have a key somewhere. We have turned this also into a client component. We have turned the client component here on top. So say use client. Okay. Okay, so now we have this. You can see now that the step that we are on, personal details, is with this different color. If we fill and we go the next step, let's fill in some data, go the next step, and now you see we are on the shipping details. Okay, that's great. If we go the next step, it is going to change. Now one thing that is remaining is the nav bar, the navigation buttons. Let's just go to the navigation buttons and we change them. First of all, let's also get the current state. I'm just going to get from any of these ones, really not writing it out again. We could even export it or something, but let's just go to navigation buttons and let's go ahead and get this, the current state, and let's just get use selector here. Okay, now I could just go ahead and now most space is going to be on this previous button. We have been only having only one. Right now the previous button must now come. Let's first see. Yeah, so you can see we have now the previous button. I think we should just make it like different. I don't know. It's supposed to not to be the same, but it only happens when the current step is greater than 1. That is very important. And then the only thing I just want to change on this is to add on a click. So you just want to have when you click on the previous, when you have on a click, we're going to see handle previous. So I'm just going to create a function called handle previous. Okay, so just create this function on top here. I'm just going to see function handle previous. So I'm going to create this function handle previous, and it is going to be dispatching. So I'm just going to say const dispatch. Let's first define the dispatch. So just go and say dispatch, and it's going to be from use dispatch. Okay, use dispatch in Redux, and then after getting the use, we can use it here, and we can just dispatch. and we are just going to say set current step. Okay, set current step, and we are setting it to the current step -1. So current step -1. Okay, we are setting it to current step -1. Okay, so this is great. Now that was I think the remaining functionality we need. For this one, it's going to remain next. So we are now on the shipping details. Let me go to another step. Next. So you just go to the previous. If you go back, the data is there, except for this one. We're just going to look, I'll look for a way of maintaining this state to know which one was selected before. I will see how I'm going to handle it. But right now we can just go in front and back. Okay, you have to fill in any of this one and for it to work. Okay, so we can see we have this and they are going very well. Payment method. If I check this and I go, you see we are on now order summary. So all in all, this was really nice. Okay, this was really nice. I'm just going to go ahead, maybe this border, do we really need this border? I don't know. And then this for, let me just go back to the where we have the steps. Where are the steps? Here. So where we have these steps, I'm just going to make some simple styling for this cut. Maybe the BG, just make lime, BG lime. Now for the text, we can just leave it to gray. Maybe gray 500. And then I also have the concern with the hover here. So let's see the hover on this. Okay, now there is dark and light mode. Let's just say dark. So you say dark, hover. Okay, and the text, let's just change text to text line, maybe 500. Okay, so let's just wait and see. So in the dark, you can see now we can hover like that. And then this border, do we really need that border? But I'm just going to go to the checkout. Let's just go to the checkout page. I think that's where the border is. This one. Maybe we just make it border slate 50 or like 200 maybe. Really, we don't need or even 300. I don't know if we just need a border anywhere, but can just go and do that. Let's see. I don't know. We might not just need any border for now. Maybe this one, make it like 700. Like, we need it to be not really bold like that. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay, I think that is much better, looks much better according to me. So finally we have all this. I can just say proceed. So if I just click on this one, I need to go to this and I just want to look at the state of the data right now. So if I just click I want to see if I get all the data. So we haven't put on click, I guess, onto this. Let's go to the order summary. So we have this submit data function. You're supposed to put it on click. So on click, just say on click, and let's have this submit data. Okay, so now it is refreshing. They just click on this. It was still, I think, refreshing. Let's just one more time. Yeah, so you have all the data. So you can see we have all the data here. Okay, so just going to use this to submit, and after submitting it will just redirect to the payment page. If you're using whichever we are using, we are going to use that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this episode. Okay, thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in next one.